Good morning, LaFleur County. This is LaFleur County Post. Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Dave.
And I'm Nikki. We're so glad to be bringing you our second episode on this Friday morning. We start out this weekend with some really great news. Dave, did you know that former Mayor Jeff Shockley was inducted into the Oklahoma Hall of Fame for towns and cities?
I did, and it's a great thing. Great to see LaFleur County folks getting recognized for great things they've done.
Hey, check out this photo right here of a great hug between our current mayor, Scotty White, and our former mayor, Jeff Shockley. Looks like a touching moment if you ask me.
Looks like a pretty good time.
So we were going through and we were trying to find something really significant that Mayor Shockley has said. And honestly, in 20 years, he's said a lot of significant things. But tonight, he went to Facebook to say this: I owe it to the citizens of Poto for allowing me to serve them for 26 years, 20 years as mayor, and the employees for their support. It has truly been an honor to represent the city of Poto. Dave, did you know he served 26 years?
26? What were the other 6?
He served on the city council.
That's crazy.
Fun fact for the day. We look forward to all the things that Jeff Shockley is going to do in the community, but we're also really privileged to have a guy like Scotty White out representing us, don't you think?
I think so. He's doing a great job so far.
Well, in other news, Strike-A-Lot Lanes has announced their closing. I know for our family it's a pretty big deal. It was one of our favorite Saturday afternoon spots.
It was.
Before we get into this week's sports information, Dave and I stumbled upon something on Facebook, and it got us thinking, how far is too far in sports? Have we lost the sense of sportsmanship in high school football? So the story behind this, apparently at the amazing game last Friday, there was a sign put up that had former coach Mazey's name on it with a giant X through it.
During high school football, the glory years for me anyway, to have good sportsmanship. Coach Mazey was a coach here for 4 years and did great things with Poto. So to me, it was just downright not good sportsmanship. I hope to see the rowdy crowd and the rest of our Poto Pirate fans come out and show good sportsmanship. And if we get to play McAllister again, I hope the next time around it's a better experience for their former coach Mazey to come back and see that he was loved by his hometown for the last 4 years. He did great things here. So I do hope that they come back and see that that's not who we are, and I hope they know that's not who we are as a town.
Dr. Schoberg said that there is an investigation into this situation, and with that being the case, he couldn't comment, which is completely understandable. And I know with our staff and our administration, they're going to do what's right for Poto and also for our students.
All right, Poto's on a bye week, so is Talahena, so we're going to dig into it. Heavener faces off with Spiro. Heavener's 0-2, Spiro's 2-0. Be a tough game for Heavener. Uphill battle, but I think they got what it takes. They just got to buckle down. The Razorbacks are hosting the Hackett Hornets. Panama coming off a big win last week in Heavener. And Hackett coming off a huge win against Spring Hill. This is sure to be a good game. Hard-hitting, two good teams. Pecola's still looking for their first win this season at 0-2. We'll face 2-1 Gore at home. The Indians are sure to have an uphill battle as well, but I have no doubt they'll have a few tricks up their sleeves. Arcoma Mustangs hosting Midway tonight. Midway being 3-0, Arcoma's 2-0. Arcoma's a great team. They got some good kids out there. The Mustangs average 274 rushing and receiving yards, so they got what it takes to take on Midway. This will definitely be a high-scoring and hard-hitting game as well. So get out there and support your teams. It's bound to be a good, hard-hitting Friday Night Lights. Might be a little soggy. We'll get to that with the weather here in a minute. Send us your fan photos. We'll feature them on Monday's episode. So get out there and have a good time.
At last night's Heavener Utility Authority meeting, there were many things discussed. City Manager Cody Smith gave a report stating that Americam came out and visited the water treatment plant and will soon be coming back to them with a report. If you've been following the Heavener water issue at all, you know that the Oklahoma State DEQ went to Heavener to do a full-scale investigation Reports of that investigation still have not been released. City Manager Cody Smith also stated that the brown water calls have decreased this month. A representative from Viola presented a financial statement that had been requested at last month's HUA meeting. The statement had information on it that was actually public knowledge. It basically reflected the budget that the HUA had set for the year. When Councilman Billy Adrian asked the questions regarding revenue that comes into Heavener, when Councilman Billy Adrian asked the representative about revenue that came into Heavener, there were no solid answers. He did state that because Viola is a publicly traded company, that some of the questions he was asking were hard to answer. Representative Lundy Kiger was also on the agenda last night. Kiger has
come to be known as.
Representative Kiger was also on the agenda at the HUA meeting last night. Kiger has become known as a champion in the Heavener water issue. He asked to be put on the agenda yesterday so that he could ask the simple question of, have the pipes been... He was asked to be put on the agenda so he could ask the council if there had been a study done on the pipes running through Heavener. His question was, with the pH levels, the chlorine, and other chemicals running through, whether or not they could tell if the damage to the pipes were, Representative Kiger has become known as a champion in the Heavener water issue. He asked to be put on the agenda last night so he could ask the council if they've done a study on the pipes. Kiger is concerned that with the pH levels and the chemicals that run through the pipes, there may be some issues with the integrity. A representative from the water department said that they couldn't tell if the damage was caused from internal or external factors. Heavener water employees and council members felt that there was no way to determine whether or not the damage was caused internally or externally. After the HUA meeting, Representative Kiger had this to say.
I attended the Heavener Utility Authority meeting this evening due to having 7 or 8 water breaks over the last 3 weeks, and I asked the question, with that many water leaks, which is very unusual, did the city or the HUA, the Heavener Utility Authority, take the time to inspect the pipes, the areas that were broken, to take a look at them, inspect to see if the pipes were broken from inside out or outside in? Now, if it's going to be a break that is from the outside, it's probably going to be a rock, heavy weight on top of that, that'll push the pipe in. And if it's cast iron, then you have an opportunity to know that it was an outside break. If you take a look at the pipe and it's corroded inside, it's thin inside, it's eaten up, that means it's going to be from corrosive water, and that means it's going to be eating the iron away, and when it eats iron away, it can actually chip into the metal. And if you get a hard start or a hard stop when flushing the pipes, which with DEQ in town August 28th, before that time, and the week or two after, from August 28th, 10 days after that, there were 4 more breaks or leaks in water lines. And so I thought it was good enough to ask the question, have they inspected the pipes? And the answer was no. They have not looked at the pipes. They didn't know that you could look at a pipe and you could tell if the break was caused from inside or out. I've talked to people who think that are in the water treatment business, who think that the water, being a low pH of down near 6.5 for a very long period of time, is corrosive, and it can help eat away at it. It can also release chemicals. And from that, when you start flushing your system, you've got weak pipes that when that takes place, you have shock in the system, and you have air pockets in the system that can easily break the pipes. And over a 3 to 4 week period, having 7, 8, 9 breaks or leaks, I think that that stands reason that they should look at the pipes. Now, we're standing here in the middle of downtown. They just fixed a leak that's been here for quite some time, And we actually had water coming up in the middle of the highway. And then north of town, you'll see another one that is located there. There's actually at one time shooting water across the highway, so they have these all over town. And I think with this one on the highway, we can see that it's not from weight pushing down on something. It's more than likely that it was broke from inside out.
As the HUA meeting continued, council members discussed the need for a timeline to be established. They were going to decide the future of the water treatment in Heavener. Will they be leaving it in the hands of Viola, turning to PVIA, handling it within Heavener, or will they be opening it up for bids? There was a concern about whether or not the contract would allow the city of Heavener to open it up for bids. We'll hear more about that at the next meeting. The HUA sees the importance of this issue of water in Heavener, so from now on until there is a timeline established and a solution to these issues, they will be meeting at every Heavener City Council meeting. Last night, the city of Heavener also held their regular city council meeting. During that time, bills were paid and the discussion of a removal of a yield light on the main strip of Heavener was discussed. There were concerns that now that the yield light is gone, it may be more dangerous in that intersection. $20,000 were allocated to the Heavener Police Department to continue work on their new station. Chief of Police Ty Armstrong stated that petty thefts and vandalism had been on the uprise last month, but with tickets and several arrests, there seemed to be a solution to the issue. Today, the Poto Chamber of Commerce will be hosting the REI Business Women's Summit. It will be from 8:30 today and it will be from 8:30 this morning until 3 o'clock this afternoon. If you're wondering what to do for the weekend, maybe Dave's weather report will help you decide.
Today's going to be a soggy one with showers and thunderstorms all day running into early tomorrow morning, with the highs today and tomorrow ranging from the low to mid 80s and drying out some on Sunday with a high 87. Could make for some muddy football games tonight. You can't do this.
As we bring this episode to a close, Dave and I would like to wish somebody very special to us a happy birthday this weekend.
Robin Brennan, happy birthday.
As we bring this episode to a close, Dave and I would like to wish somebody very near and dear to our...
Somebody very special. Is she a special girl?
As we bring this episode to a close, Dave and I would like to say something special to a very special person. What did I say before?
Would like to wish somebody a very happy birthday. Somebody special a very happy birthday.
Okay, let's do it. As this episode comes to a close, Dave and I would like to wish somebody very special a happy birthday.
Robin Brennan, happy birthday. Have a great weekend.
And to everybody else in LaFleur County, have a great weekend as well.
Good night, LaFleur County.